welcome to the One for the Road podcast. My name is Mr. K. Alongside me, as always, C Square. Tonight's topic, the top 10 Saturday Night Live performers of all time. So last time me and C Squared met, we had a debate about the greatness of Adam Sandler, since he's in the new movie with George Clooney, the duo we couldn't live without.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say. Well, and they at least they partnered them together with no talent.
And as successful as Mr. Sandler has been, especially in the movie industry, he started on SNL, and we were like, you know what? I wouldn't even have him in my top 10. And we came up with a list, and he did not make the cut.
Exactly.
Deservingly so, because as we go through the list.
Even though the fact that I don't in particularly think a lot of him, the bottom line is there was so much talent.
Yes.
For the first 3 or 4 sets of casts there, it was obscene.
Yes.
And they eventually went on to do creative stuff. And, anything from Wayne's World to
the Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers, the Dr. Detroit.
Yes, Coneheads.
Yeah, that's right, dude. And Austin Powers, who we miss dearly. Why Mr. Myers is in retirement or hiding is beyond me, man.
Yes. That was a great character. So without further ado, here is our list. And, with Sandler, he's good. He's not great. And these people we think are great. So that's what I was like, dude, you're in the top 20. You're not in the top 10. And you're good. You're not great.
I mean, stuff like in the original cast, like in the original cast, there were women that were just fabulous. And I mean, Gilda Radner was legitimately hilarious.
Yeah.
And what? And I can't think of anybody now. I can't think of anybody after that first cast that really had. So let's do this. I hate to say this, Mr. K, but how many women are on that list?
2.
And
I've got 2 out of 10.
And are they all from the first cast?
One is from the first cast.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I would have put 2 from the first.
I've got a lot from the first cast, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
and I've got one woman from the first cast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in alphabetical order. I got Aykroyd in 1. Dan Aykroyd. And again, this isn't 1 through 10. This is alphabetically by last name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Top 10. This isn't 1 through 10. This is alphabetically.
Okay.
I didn't rank them.
You brought that up because I do like Dan Aykroyd. Yes. I thought he was funny.
I think he's top 10.
Stuff, but by himself. Dr. Detroit is one of the most underrated films of comedy of all time, of just a single person. And although he did have the illustrious Howard Hessman in that film, man.
That was a good movie.
Hats off to Howard Hessman.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of good collaboration. Really underrated collaboration with Belushi and Neighbors. Did you ever see Neighbors?
Yes. Yeah.
He was pretty wild.
Belushi was one of a kind.
Yes.
Although you got not Saturday Night Live, John Candy, but you also got from Saturday Night Live, shucks. Give me a second here. The big guy that died. It was
Chris Farley. Chris Farley.
Thank you.
Yes. So Aykroyd's from Canada. Many great characters on Saturday Night Live. Erwin Mainway, host of Sucker Showcase.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Flaming Torch Halloween costume.
Yeah, right,
And
exactly.
Broken Glass.
That is the Coneheads. There you are.
Yes,
Yeah.
Elwood Blues.
That's right.
He had this small part. He was in the nerd skits. He was always the plumber, and he had his pants like almost halfway down.
Yeah. Oh, now hold on here. I believe it's Dan Aykroyd. Fred Garvin, male prostitute.
Yeah.
You know what? I think of Fred Garvin a lot now that I have
the hero of yours.
Well, yes, currently, since I am wearing a back and stomach brace for my thing, Fred's deal, as he started to take his shirt off, was I have an intricate network of medical devices hooked up here.
Yes. Probably the greatest commercial ever, the Bass-O-Matic.
Yeah, exactly.
Julia Child in the French Chef.
Yeah.
Cut his finger.
Dude, that was classic stuff. The first cast. Dan was good stuff, man.
Yes.
Dan was
leader of the Coneheads. Did Jimmy Carter in the 76? When Carter got elected in 76, he did Jimmy Carter.
I can remember, I don't want to move on to Chevy Chase, but he did Gerald Ford with the stuffed dog. And he would call the dog and pull it, and it was stuffed on a leaf.
Come here, Robert.
He would kick it over. I forget what Gerald Ford's dog was named, but funny stuff.
And of course, my favorite, when he was on Weekend Update, point, counterpoint, and the famous words, Jane, you ignorant slut.
Exactly. Oh, my God, dude. Or he would, even before John Belushi was making faces, Jane Curtin would be talking, and he'd be behind her going like, and then she'd turn around and he'd act like he was wiping his mouth or whatever. Or a classic for me on Weekend Update, he would be talking on the phone when the show started, and he's like, oh yeah, baby, I love it when you do that. And they're like, it's live, and he's like, I gotta go.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Next on the list is Aykroyd's partner in crime, the other half of the Blues Brothers, John Belushi, Chicago's finest, Samurai Everything, which was awesome.
God, dude. Yeah, that's right.
Samurai Delicatessen.
And Cheeseburger.
Coco Chip from the Olympia Cafe.
That's right.
Did Captain James T. Kirk.
Dude, classic stuff. How about the Bees?
Yes, the Bees I have down here.
The bee things.
Joe Cocker. Remember when he sang with Joe Cocker?
Yeah, right.
Joe Cocker's like twin brother.
Yeah, right.
Came on stage with a beer.
Classic stuff.
Henry Kissinger.
Classic stuff, dude.
Elizabeth Taylor. An Olympian who loved little chocolate donuts instead of Wheaties.
Hilarious, dude.
So, died too young. Mr. Belushi died at 33.
Man. Classic stuff.
Due to a drug overdose. Sad stuff. Number 3 on my list is Dana Carvey.
I like Dana Carvey.
I've got Church Lady.
Yep, right. Yep.
That was classic.
Church Lady, Wayne's World.
Yep, Garth.
Stuff, man. Garth from Wayne's
You ever see this character, the effeminate heterosexual?
I do recall that one.
That was a good one.
Classic.
He one time sang a song about chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli. He was like this lounge singer, and he could make up any song. So he made up a song about chopping broccoli.
Well, and so you want to go back to lounge singers, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till because that's a recycled dick. Because truly, the greatest lounge singer was probably my favorite, and fortunately still alive and still doing fine film work.
Yes.
But we will wait.
Yes, he's on the list.
And we will see if everybody is able to guess who that is.
Yes. Carvey also did George Bush, Ross Perot, Hans and Franz.
Yeah, right.
Johnny Carson. He'd come on a Weekend Update as the grumpy old man. You'd swear it was like the 70-year-old guy they got from the crowd. Couldn't even recognize him.
Hilarious stuff.
Another one I looked up that he did, Massive Head Wound Harry.
I do remember that, man. That
was a classic. But just an unbelievable impersonator. His Johnny Carson is really good.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And great George Bush and Ross Perot, too. Number 4 on the list is Mr. Chris Farley, the pride of Madison, Wisconsin.
Absolutely, dude.
John Belushi Jr., one would call him.
John Belushi Jr.
Quite the partier, quite the physical comedian. Yeah. The one, of course, that stands out big time is the Chippendale Dancer with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
But Matt Foley with The Van by the River.
Yeah, right. It's I mean, and the whole physical thing.
Yes.
There is something to be said for the physical thing that him and John Belushi possessed, and even a little bit of some of the other characters.
Right. But yeah, unbelievable physical character. He would they said he'd do anything for a laugh, and he did. Here's a trivia question for Chris. Who wrote all of the Matt Foley scripts?
Because that was a long time ago. How about Al Franken?
No, but good guess.
Jim Davis.
No, good guess.
Okay, oh shucks, and now I'm running out.
I'll give you a hint if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one.
Pretty. He ended up being quite the famous actor on Breaking Bad.
Ooh.
Believe it or not.
That's probably not.
Half of Mr. Show.
I don't know. Ed Norton. I don't.
No. It's Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, I wasn't going to.
Better Call Saul. He was half of Mr. Show. He's been on a bunch of movies too.
Yeah, I was not going to come up with that anytime soon.
Yeah. So yeah, he was a Saturday Night Live writer way before he hit it big as an actor lately.
Right.
He was a Saturday Night Live writer and wrote the Matt Foley skits.
That's great stuff, man.
Yeah. And then he parlayed that Saturday Night Live thing into Mr. Show with David Cross, and they had a show for about 5 years. That was pretty good skit comedy. Back to Mr. Farley. He had the Chris Farley show. I'll never forget when he interviewed Paul McCartney. It was like, remember when you were with the Beatles? Yes. That was awesome.
That's hilarious.
And then he would say something stupid and start pounding himself in the face, and the guests would be like, "It's all right, Chris. It's all right. You're doing okay."
That is funny with Paul McCartney too. But we won't.
He was, of course, in the famous skits of Da Bears.
Da Bear, yeah, exactly.
Da Bears. He's one of the
Gap
Gap
still
girls.
Use that skit.
Yeah.
They still are using that skit.
Yeah. He was one of the Gap girls. He did impersonations of Tom Arnold. Andrew, here's one. Andrew Giuliani's son.
Yeah,
where he went berserk and he was running around when Giuliani was elected.
So at one point in time, totally off the subject, Giuliani was on Saturday Night Live while he was still mayor.
Yes.
And he had his ball bat diplomacy. If you remember this skit, where anybody that
No, I
walked
don't
into
remember.
his office and he disagreed with them, he whacked them with a ball bat.
Oh, wow. I remember he hosted, and I saw a little clip, but I couldn't remember too much
Oh,
else.
the classic stuff. I like Giuliani. I like.
So Farley, of course, they let him play like these overweight celebrities, some of which were Meatloaf, Norman Schwarzkopf, Dom DeLuise,
Oh yeah,
Roger Ebert. Then he'd do females like Carney Wilson and Mindy Kahn and
dude.
Mama Cass.
And that was great stuff. Just one-offs
Yes.
like that were fabulous.
Yeah, I think he above everybody would do a lot of women, much like Python.
Yeah.
And Lorne Michaels makes no secret about it that he loved Python, and that's why he had that Eric Idle on so much and wanted all of them on so much.
Yeah, right.
Because they were just really great as hosts.
Yeah.
Mr. Farley, of course, died at the same age as Belushi at 33, and pretty much the same cause.
Yikes.
So a little sad. A lot of similarities, both from the Midwest. Died at the same age, died at the same way.
Yep. He lived in Chicago too, didn't he?
Outside Wisconsin. Yeah. But from the Midwest. Yep. Number 5 is Will Ferrell.
I like Mr. Ferrell.
So I got him number 5. I remember the skit where he wore the Speedo into the office meeting because he was USA. He was all pumped up for the Olympics.
Yeah, I remember less about Saturday Night Live and more about
his
Will's
movies. Yeah.
He was on a roll with movies.
He started as one of the cheerleaders. He invented this character called the Lover.
Yeah.
And he'd always be in a hot tub with Rachel Pratt, his wife.
Well, and ironically enough, so that character kind of plays out at the end of Wedding Crashers.
Oh yeah,
where he's like 45 and still living with his mom and entertaining girls, and telling about how it's way better, how wedding crashing is so passe. It's now funeral crashing.
He did Bush too. Chicago Cubs announcer Harry Carey. That was a good one.
Right, exactly.
Robert Goulet.
I was trying to remember who did Harry Carey. I almost wanted to say it was Farley, but that's you're right.
He was also really good in skits where he was the host. He was James Lipton, the guy who did the Actors Guild interviews. And Alex Trebek. Celebrity Jeopardy. Where he has quite the fights with Sean Connery by Daryl Hammond.
Sean Connery. That was classic.
He was the Unabomber in a skit. It was Ted Kennedy and Saddam Hussein and Fidel Castro.
I mean, when people like that went into just one-off characters, it was classic.
Yeah,
absolutely classic.
But I was amazed at how many characters he did, and I remember those skits. He was really good. Next, I have Mr. Phil Hartman.
Okay.
I liked Phil Hartman. He did a lot. I thought he was like Aykroyd. He did a lot of voiceovers for the ads. Did Bill Clinton. Here's something I didn't know, and this is pre-SNL. Co-created the Pee Wee Herman show.
Really?
Him and Paul Reubens
created that character. I know that, and hats off to him because that Paul Rubin was classic.
Yes.
And was absolutely classic.
Yes.
And that is a shame of his death. Maybe he should have been on Saturday Night Live. Because anything from going from Pee Wee Herman to being a vampire and Buffy the Vampire Slayer was priceless.
Yes. He was in those early Cheech and Chong movies, and he wasn't Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
He was really funny in them too. He was like
yeah,
just
right.
insane. Phil Hartman was on the Pee Wee Herman show. He was Captain Carl. So
Yeah, that's
uh,
hilarious.
Hartman had original characters. Eugene, the anal retentive chef, the unfrozen caveman lawyer was a good one. He did this. I remember this one. He did this thing. He did a great Frank Sinatra, and they had this thing called like the Sinatra Club, and it was a talk show.
Yeah.
And they had Sting playing Billy Idol, and there's a line in there where he gets mad at Billy Idol and goes, "I've I've seen chunks of my stool that are more frightening than you."
That's hilarious.
You don't scare me. I got chunks of stool that can beat you
Well,
off
he
or
would do
something like
things.
that.
Phil did things on Weekend Update too. Did
Yeah, yeah.
a bunch of stuff.
He was a phenomenal impersonator. Did Frank Sinatra, Ronald Reagan, Ed McMahon. He would be
Oh,
Dana Carvey's foil
yeah.
in those. He did Barbara Bush, Charlton Heston,
Charlton Heston,
Michael
classic.
Caine, Phil Donahue, and Bill Clinton. He did Frankenstein.
There you are.
One of the things that's funny is they said when he did his audition tape, him and Lovitz had done this sketch, I think on Second City when they were doing improv, and the skit, and they did it on SNL, and the skit is John Lovitz is the studio exec, and he's got to tell Phil Hartman, this black and white silent star, that now that there's talkies, he's no good and he's out of the business. And Lovitz is just like, "You washed up. What are you telling me? You're through. Be straight with me.
Okay, yeah.
I'll never work again. What are you talking about?" So it was
That's
pretty
funny
funny.
stuff.
That's a good. Oh, here's something unbelievable about Phil Hartman. Prior to everything, designed all the album covers for early Poco, Crosby, Stills and Nash, and America, and 38 other acts. He did the album covers.
That's
Designed the album covers.
fabulous, man.
And that was his major in college, graphic artist. So this guy was just multi-talented.
Yeah, right. All over the place. That's fabulous, dude. I did not know that. That's a great.
Yeah, so there was some unbelievable things I found out about him, that he co-created the Pee Wee Herman show and he designed 38 album covers.
Yep. Wow.
Prior to that. Unfortunately, he was killed at the age of 49.
Yeah.
Next, I have Kate McKinnon, New York's own, and I would say the second funniest woman on SNL.
Yeah.
She would do Ellen DeGeneres. She's done unbelievable. She does man and women impersonations, and they're unbelievable. She does this skit where she's the hillbilly abducted by aliens and usually gets people to break. She just done Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Her first character she ever did was Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
But she'll do man and women. She's done Justin Bieber. She's done U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions. She's done Giuliani.
That's hilarious.
They put a skull cap on her and she does Giuliani. She's done Lindsey Graham, which is a riot too.
I must have missed that, but I would like to have seen it.
She's done the medium Teresa Caputo and Martha Stewart. They say that she could be anyone. She was just an amazing talent. Probably one of the newest cast members to make my top 10.
Yep.
Next is Eddie Murphy, The Pride of New York.
Don't be damn it.
Mr. Robinson, James Brown, Hot Tub. You ever see that?
Yep.
He sang just like James Brown. It was unbelievable.
Eddie had talent, man.
Yeah.
He had talent.
Stevie Wonder. The Mr. Robinson sketches are just really unbelievable. Funny. Buckwheat.
Your buckwheat. Very good.
Gumby.
Gumby, damn it.
Gumby. There was a skit where he was the Tooth Fairy, and he's then Stevie Wonder. What's amazing about Eddie Murphy was he was on when Lorne Michaels was not on. So he single-handedly kept Saturday Night Live alive.
Rolling, yeah.
The wild thing is when Lorne and everybody left, and in 1980 they got Gene Dumonian to come in with this whole new cast, and it was not going well. And they were like, "Let's try the 18-year-old." It was Murphy.
Yeah.
Let's get him on. And it was like, oh my God, this guy's the best cast member.
Right. He saved the show.
The other thing that's wild is one time Nick Nolte was supposed to host and he got sick. So they made Eddie Murphy was a cast member, the host. First time ever, last time ever that's ever happened. Where they made a cast member the host.
Isn't that crazy?
So he had to do a monologue. And I mean, it was just like, it was unbelievable.
That's hilarious.
Everybody's like, yeah, this is a good show. So, yes, Eddie Murphy. 2 left, Miss C squared. Your friend and mine, Mr. Bill Murray.
Oh, my God, dude. Bill.
The pride of Evanston, Illinois.
Yeah, exactly.
So to your earlier point,
Lubner.
Yeah. Nick, the lounge singer.
Yeah, right. Nick, the lounge singer. I mean, it just was so natural because that is his personality.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't changed over 50 years. The movies are his personality. He's just dry wit, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I mean, the Nick one was so funny. He would do theme songs that didn't have words. And he'd make them up. Like, he did the MASH theme song and made up his words. And then he did the Star Wars theme song.
Yep.
Yeah. But he would make up words.
Hey, baby, what's your name? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Classic, dude. Classic. And I mean, his movies just got better and better.
Yes. The thing I loved was he was one of the co-anchors of Weekend Update with Jane Curtin, and he would do Celebrity Update.
Oh, yeah.
And interview people. And one time he interviewed Elizabeth Taylor, and it was Belushi.
That's hilarious.
And at the end, Belushi is choking on a chicken bone and gives himself the self-Heimlich.
Dude, I mean, great stuff. And he just got better. And
yes. And he wasn't on the show that long, but he left a mark, and he was just left a mark.
I just as a musical piece, sent out to a bunch of people. I'm trying to think of what movie it is. It's the end where he sits on his porch singing the Dylan tune.
St. Vincent.
St. Vincent, thank you. So,
yes, great movie. Really good movie.
Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, his movies were unbelievable. Great combination with him and Harold Ramis.
Oh, my God, dude.
The Harold Ramis Bill Murray combination was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Harold Ramis, the founder almost of SCTV, really. I mean, he wrote all the first year sketches of SCTV.
Well, and the level of movies that he
co-wrote Animal House. I mean, Harold Ramis was unbelievable.
Ghostbusters, Stripes. You just, I mean, they don't make films like that.
Right. Groundhog Day was their last collaboration, and it was phenomenal.
Yep, right.
Yes. Last but not least is Miss Gilda Radner.
Miss Gilda Radner. Funny so. Rosanna Dana Tan.
Yes. I say she was the funniest Saturday Night Live woman ever.
Yes, I agree.
Number one. Emily Litella.
Exactly. Yeah. Never mind.
Go off on these tangents and be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, well, it was Jane Curtin played the
Yes,
straight
yes.
thing,
Yeah,
so it was really 2 women who
yeah.
were and Jane Curtin would be making these faces looking over at her
Yes,
like, "What
yes.
the hell are you talking about, man?"
To your point, the women in the original, the prime, not ready for primetime players, the females in that cast were really good. And Jane
Underrated. Jane
Curtin
Curtin
is a
and Lorraine
phenomenal straight
Newman,
woman.
and,
Yes.
I mean, it's like and you wonder what happened to Lorraine Newman? I don't know.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
shame.
Other characters Gilda did, Baba Wawa,
That's, yeah, Barbara Wawa. That was
Lisa Lupner.
Yeah, man, I mean that she was really in my mind the John Belushi of the female cast,
Yes,
and absolutely,
very transformative.
yeah, and absolutely, most of the stuff she did was seriously funny, and it is a shame
Yes.
that she ended up dying.
Yeah, she ended up passing at age 42. One thing I remember that I had to look up and I watched again, I was just dying. She was the punk rocker slash Patti Smith singer Candy Slice. Have you ever seen that?
I recall that.
So Gilda weighed about 85 pounds soaking wet. And as Candy Slice, she would have on this white tank top.
Yeah.
It's just, and she'd get out there jumping all around. She was so the skit that's really funny that they premiered is she's drunk off her mind, but when she hits the stage, she's dead sober and is just
Yeah.
like all over the place, like Patti Smith style, just jumping all around and singing. She sang this song, Gimme Mick, the ode to Mick Jagger. And some of the lines in it are you woman, are you man? I'm your biggest funked up fan.
Dude.
I mean, it's just an unbelievable talent because it was just like, can you sing? She's like, yeah, I can sing. And it's like, she was pretty good.
Let her have it, man. Here's the mic. That's awesome, dude.
So Gilda was so talented. She's the only SNL character, only SNL cast member to have a one-woman Broadway show that they made a movie out of and called it Gilda Live. And that Gilda Live was in theaters.
Yeah.
So that one-woman show was all across Broadway. It was so popular, they made a movie.
Legitimately funny.
And it's like no one has ever had a one person show and a movie based off of the one person show where the cast member did like 8 different characters and skits.
She was legitimately funny. She could hold her own. That is saying a lot.
Yes, especially with that cast. I mean, she was in the cast with Marie Ackroyd Belushi,
right?
And yet she stood out.
She held her own.
She stood out. So that's my top 10. Mr. Sandler didn't make the cut. There were others that didn't make the cut. You made a strong case for Mr. Myers. He'd probably be about 11.
I am a little disappointed that he didn't make the cut.
And Chevy Chase. You wanted Chevy and Mike Myers.
And yeah.
And
Chevy was short-lived.
Yes. Yeah.
So
1 year.
That's the problem. He was quite funny, and that's and made a bunch of great faces and stuff of that nature. Mike Myers had a bunch of different great roles, and
he was very talented. He had all these different characters. Wayne, of course. He would do he had like this middle-aged old man character. Austin Powers wasn't on SNL. He would do the Japanese game show host. That was a riot. And stuff like that. He did this German character. I forget his name. But it was a pretty cool character. But he was really talented. I legitimately thought Myers is probably 11th.
Right.
In my list. And to your point, Chevy gets punished because he's only on 1 year. If he was on 4 or 5, like Murray at least, he'd probably crept into the top 10. But That's my top 10.
That was a good one there,
Mr.
Mr. K.
Sandler is nowhere near there. Like I said, I'd say Myers is 11. I can't even go beyond that. Didn't
Yeah.
give it a lot of thought.
Yeah,
But
no.
I figured those guys, that top 10, those people are great. I mean, they're great. And to your point, their movie careers beyond that, for a lot of them, were spectacular. I mean,
Oh
Eddie
yeah, yeah.
Murphy with
Oh yeah,
Trading
yeah.
Places and
Yeah,
48
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hours. I
I
mean, it just
still,
goes
yeah,
on and on.
yeah, right. Isn't it ironic that it was Trading Places was Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd
Yes.
from
Yep.
different cast
Yep.
seasons.
Yep.
Fabulous, man.
Yes. Yes. So that's our show, folks. That's all I got. Let me do some business here. You can reach us on YouTube. You like or subscribe to us on YouTube. We have an email address. It's the number 1, the number 4, the road podcast at gmail.com. We have a website. It's onefortheroad.net. You can reach us on 3 audio platforms, those being Podbean, Spotify, and RSS. For C Squared, this is Mr. K. Have a good week.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Have a good one.